Greetings, YouTube travelers. Strategic Sage here, welcoming you to a new series on the channel that I'm excited about. Creeper World 4, the Alpha Tech Demo. The Steam Summer Game Festival started today and running through the next week. There's 900 plus demos available with that, but only for the length of the festival. So if you're interested in this or any of the other ones, you want to check them out soon. And I've done quite a bit of Creeper World, as people who've been around the channel for a while will know. Links to the other playthroughs are in the description below, but Particle Fleet was a few years back. It's been a while since they had a new release, so even though this is a very early demo, limited feature set, still going to be great to dive in and take a look at it. So I have upscaled the UI somewhat, make it easier to see how things are on the video. And this is the demo sector. Of course, we can't go beyond it. Now, there's 7 missions. The first 5 are going to be the first 5 of the full game as planned. And then there's one procedurally generated and another one that they threw in there. And I've only seen the first one here. We've got 09 Leo 266. That's obviously the current date and year, but I don't have a reference point for what actually that means. I don't know where this is in the timeline. If it's, you know, before or after Creeper World 2 or 3 or Particle Fleet, all that will have to be discovered. Got the play log for various times and whatnot. And then the eve of humanity's greatest journey. Huh. It's a bit of a teaser. Let's get into this. Okay, before we get into that, a couple things. The player character clearly is Danu J. Saloy, using names from the previous games, as we would expect. And then we're Rift launch facility on Mars. So we're definitely in our own solar system. As you can tell, that we're fairly early. It's not a big, huge spacefaring future. So that makes me think maybe it's fairly early in whatever cycle we're in here. In any case, the name at the beginning, Themistocles, I'm sure I mispronounced that, but he was a very important figure in the city-state of Athens in ancient Greece. He was an archon. He really pushed for expanding the navy, and Plutarch said he was the man most instrumental with saving Greece from the Persian invasion around that time. So just a bit of a interesting historical note on who that actually was. Wow. Well, there's more than a bit of condescension there from Director Hale. Of course it's Director Hale. The real heroes around here. Subject is whatever. And you can't actually try to type anything in here. It just reveals this message one word at a time. And I don't know. I think that's a little bit weird. I don't understand the purpose of doing it that way, so I'm hoping that's something they get rid of by the full version. Not that it's a big deal, but it's just sort of confusing. Wow. Okay, so we are apparently not the kind of person to just sort of rest and be super respectful and deferential, giving, you know, the Director Hale some serious attitude in the other direction. Yeah, so let's get this sim over with. Okay, now we just have to learn our basic controls. Zoom in and out. Hold down the mouse wheel and actually do this rotation thing. If you use the right mouse, it's back and forth as they showed us. Then we can do the reset camera or press C to reset the interface. We'll just hit that right there. Okay, ADA, Automated Digital Assistant Log, Personality Interface initiated. And then it's got a whole bunch of stuff for here, blah, 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 blah. And the main thing is construct a tower to power the lights. So we'll do that. Tower over here. It gives us the exact location to build it. We'll escape the build mode here. Yeah, this is probably not a good idea, but we don't have a choice not to do it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's definitely not a good idea. But we're doing it anyway. They're operating with the normal parameters, that's good. They produce energy. So basically what we're looking at is the collectors from the earlier games. That's what these towers appear to be. We've got our energy graph. What we're generating, what we're using. But that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. I thought this was just a sim. Meteor strikes. All lab bulkheads are closed. Brace for impact. That's bad. We've got these... That doesn't look good. Who would have figured? We've got meteors showering us with creeper, aka spores. And now all of humanity is almost certainly doomed. So we're moving the Rift Lab to the launch site as instructed, but anything's blowing up around us. So that's, yes, that's most unfortunate. Yes, let's relocate those mining cannons. So these over here. So we're going to move one right on top of that. And we're going to move another one over here. And then, let's see. We probably want to space the other ones around fairly evenly. I'm going to throw one over here. And I'll leave you pretty much over there. This one, I don't know, probably pretty good there. So just looking at our terrain here. And of course, the main difference, at least immediately and obviously, between this and the previous games is it's 3D. It's not a 2D display anymore. So, yep, and more of those spores, I mean meteors, hitting us. Initiate launch sequence. Be the first ever to traverse the galactic void. And of course, we've got this... You need to know that your grandfather and it gets terminated. And we're not ready for this. Clearly. We are not ready for this. And of course, Rift Space. Because Rift Space has to make a comeback. So we are using a approximate solution. Life support has failed. We need to launch. That's not good. That's not good at all. Now notice we've got this recorder thing here. We can actually record the action from the mission. And that's a pretty cool thing that they've added into the game. We've got the various speed controls. We've got sound. We can play. We've got... This is just your basic settings. And then this can exit the mission. You can't save or load during the demo. We've noticed the energy display and the build menu here. This is the terrain and creeper indicator over there. So all of those things are very familiar to us. Camera. We've seen a lot of that stuff before. And now it's asking me to initiate the jump to Farsight. Well, there's nothing left for us here on Mars, so let's go. Aha, so there are people who are going to remain on Mars, only we don't know they're there. So what happens to them? And then, of course, you have the score. You can submit those. I'm going to not do that. You can keep playing if you want, and now it unlocks Farsight for us. So, that's quite interesting. So, Danu Saloy is at Farsight with the Rift Lab. We have Director Hale, you know, underneath the surface on Mars with who knows else, just stuck down there. And we got this mystery about our grandfather, Seloy's grandfather, who invented the Jovan drive, which I presume is, you know, the interstellar or rift space drive or whatever that allowed us to get the Rift Lab out to Farsight. And yeah, that's where we are. So I hope you found this interesting. We're definitely going to be proceeding with the Farsight mission soon. But until then, thanks for watching. More Creeper World 4 will continue.